There are many repercussions health-wise to having diabetes, but is there a link to Alzheimer's?
There is. Alzheimer's is a progressive destruction of the cells in the brain, in certain parts of the brain. And you basically have dementia when the mind can no longer correlate to the environment or have access to certain information that you once had stored as memory.
Cognitive decline.
So that basically means that the brain and nervous system is suffering from severe malnourishment. And you will have similar experiences in people that are malnourished. And that means you go to your countries where people are not getting enough food. They develop all kinds of dementia symptoms.
They do.
So it is not really a separate illness that we call that. It is progressive malnourishment. And that can be caused by a number of factors. Typically, constipation, chronic constipation. That many of the Alzheimer's patients, they don't go to the toilet. They are holding on to their own fecal matter. The waste products are starting to back up. It's like a river that runs in one direction. You put a dam in front of it, it's backing up, it flows backwards, and it's starting to bring waste products all the way up to the top, and including moving into the nose, sinuses, eyes, behind the eyes, into the ears, auditory ducts, ears, into the brain and nervous system.
All that from constipation.
Backing up of waste. It's like when you have a pipe, a sewer pipe that drains the house, and you block it, it gets clogged up. Then you flush the toilets, they start overflowing. So you really contaminate the body. So there's the toxin factor, which causes damage in the body, including the nerves. We have a brain that allows after a while, or leaks. It's like a leaky gut. You can have a leaky brain barrier, blood-brain barrier. That means you have contaminants and poisons entering the brain cells that normally would be kept outside. Then you have, again, trans fatty acids, which can damage the membranes of the cells, the brain cells, and then you can have symptoms like that. You have low vitamin D. There's a new study, brand new, showed low vitamin D, Alzheimer's. Big cause. And so the other one is the insulin. The brain makes its own insulin, by the way.
That's a connection between diabetes,
Yes, therefore Alzheimer's is now, some scientists call it the third, the third type diabetes, type 3 diabetes.
Diabetes.
But it is, in type 2 diabetes, you make insulin too much.
Right.
Because it's stimulated too much, in response to eating proteins or sugar and things like that. In the brain needs a lot of insulin. It's different. If you make too little insulin, then you can develop Alzheimer's. So
too little insulin.
Yes, so it's different. Again, the capacity to produce insulin in the brain depends on how well you nourish the brain. And cholesterol is one of the principal things that is involved in insulin. Like all hormones, insulin is a hormone. You need cholesterol. All hormones are made of cholesterol.
They are all hormones?
Yes. So you cannot have a hormone that doesn't have cholesterol in it. The heart cells are made of cholesterol, or at least a large percentage of it. Brain cells are made of cholesterol. So if you lower your cholesterol, you take statins, I bet they will find that that will eventually be recognized as a cause for Alzheimer's. The drugs that the elderly population takes, the combination of drugs, it's a cocktail of drugs. Many times 5, 6, 10, 12 different kinds of drugs. The drug interaction will destroy the liver progressively, more and more. You make a massive amount of cholesterol crystals that are not emulsified. That means you start building up cholesterol stones in the bile duct of the liver, and that blocks the bile flow. That inhibits the digestion of food. You need to digest fats in order to digest carbohydrates. If you don't digest the fats, you cannot digest the carbohydrates, you develop a glucose deficiency in the brain,
Okay.
you're not making enough insulin, it will slow down the whole brain function, and the other factor is calcifications. Things like cow's milk calcify the brain. And so because it has high calcium in it and high phosphorus, to get rid of the phosphorus, the body will have to first use the calcium in the milk to get rid of the phosphorus and give up extra calcium in order to get rid of the phosphorus. So you'll lose calcium, and some of the calcium keeps circulating and starts calcifying areas that is not supposed to happen. So you develop calcified gallstones or kidney stones and calcifications in the brain.
Calcifications in the brain.
Alzheimer's. Then there's aluminum. They are heavy metals. Once they get into the brain, again, another cause of that. Heavy metals which you inhale. Coal burning industry.
Okay.
You inhale mercury simply by being around.
Okay. Well, thank you for explaining that.
You're welcome.